you're on.
Hi, Westhill High School. My name is Anne-Marie Yaiha, and today I'm with O'Brien. Mr. O'Brien, can you just let us know for one last time the precaution to take during prom night and every other school event?
All right, so for the precautions during prom season, we want everybody to have fun. We're not saying not to have fun. We just want everybody to be safe, not make mistakes. If you make the first mistake of drinking alcohol or smoking marijuana or any other kind of recreational drug, don't follow with another mistake such as driving or letting somebody else drive, getting behind the wheel. It all impacts everybody. It impacts you, your friends, your family, your loved ones. There's no real end to where it stops impacting everybody, because even as the first responders that are showing up on the scene, police, fire, EMS, we all have to deal with the trauma that we're witnessing, and it actually is very traumatizing to the rest of us to see people at such young ages have to either deal with severe injuries or death. So what our precautions are, we just want everybody to stay safe. Make smarter choices. If you're going to drink, don't follow up with a bad decision. Call your parents to pick you up, an Uber, a Lyft. Don't get in cars with strangers, especially because you're making a bad decision of drinking. You tend to follow. We want to break the linkage of having bad decisions continuing each other. So our greatest thing to say is, please try not to drink and drive. Please try not to smoke marijuana and drive. You're below the age of 21, so don't continue the mistakes and get home safely.
All right, class of 26 and class of 27, you heard everything that was needed. Happy prom and stay safe. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Team. They are here to share some critical message regarding the realities of driving under the influence. This information is incredibly important for the safety of you and the safety of our community, so please give them your full and undivided attention. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good morning, students. How's everybody doing today? Good, great, got it. All right, so I'm going to just start off with the simple fact that 1 in 3 accidents between May and June are fatal. This is around the prom season. This is why we're here. So every year we come back so you guys don't get into accidents. We don't want you to drive under the influence or drive distracted. All right, go right down over there. All right, so when you're thinking about picking up your phone, sending a text, doing a Snapchat, why don't you pull over to the side, make smart decisions? Everything you do will be based on smart decisions. We don't condone to drinking around prom time or in general because you guys are under 21 and that is illegal, but we understand that it happens. Kids make bad choices, bad mistakes. Don't let the mistakes continue. When you drink alcohol or smoke marijuana or do whatever you guys do these days, do not make the worst decision of getting into a car and driving. Don't get in a car with somebody that's been driving. If you see somebody that's been drinking and trying to drive, stop them. Say no. Because no matter what, you have friends, you have family, you have Ubers, you have Lyfts. No matter what time it is, your parents will not care if you call them for you to get picked up by them, because they rather pick you up at 3 in the morning, they get a call at 3 in the morning for them to come down and identify your body. So the purpose of today is for you guys just to watch what we do when we get on the scene. We'll see a car that's crashed into a telephone pole because somebody chose to make the wrong decision and drink and drive or drive distracted. This is what you get: a car with a lifeless body that's inside of it, or more than one. Or if you're the driver, your best friend can be dead. Or if you're driving your sister, your brother, your uncle, anybody could be dead because of you. It's a hard thing to hear, but that's the realistic way of life now. So before we get started, I'm going to have the Stamford Hospital trauma team come up here and say their piece, and then we'll go from there. Everyone, please welcome Robin from the Stamford Hospital trauma team.
Hello, we are the Stamford Hospital Trauma Team. We are the people that you would see if you ever got brought in from a serious accident related to driving and drinking. We're the ones that might pronounce you, might pronounce a friend, might have to tell a family member you're impaired for the rest of your life, that you'll never have a future, that you may never think, eat, walk, or talk again. So I want to introduce you to our medical director. This is Kevin Dwyer, and one of our resident surgeons, Cynthia.
Hi, it's nice to have some sunshine out here, isn't it? I'm very happy to be here and talk to you guys, because if we can help you make the right decision to make sure that you don't take any substances and get behind a wheel, it's going to be a number of lives that can be saved, and it's very, very important. It only takes one mistake. You know, people drink and drive. There are chronic alcoholics out there. They seem to get away with a lot. It catches up to them. But it only takes one mistake. One mistake can end your life, or it could end the life of your friends, or it could end the life of someone you didn't even meet, a stranger that you've hit on the street. And we've seen a lot of them. I had 4 teenage girls in a Mustang on Route 1 that there had been some drinking, and the car flipped. It was a Mustang convertible. One survivor. The survivor was the driver. You can imagine how that girl would feel for the rest of her life. She killed 3 of her friends. That's just devastating. And to go through that for the rest of your life is unmanageable, really. And then to talk to all the parents of those kids and have the parents of those children that died and have the driver survive, how did they feel about that? Right here in Stamford, you've heard of many of your friends having car crashes. The one down in Canal Street a few years ago took 2 lives, crashing into a telephone pole. The car was on fire with the electrical wires. Took 2 lives, 2 young lives. Kids in high school were taken out that day. Drinking and driving, smoking marijuana and driving, taking any other substance and driving. Just even, they might not even know the person. This summer, I just happened to be in the yard with somebody else, a friend that was a patient. Wasn't even on call, but they brought a trauma in, and so I took over. And it was a 12-year-old kid that was hit by a drunk driver on his bicycle. Gone, we didn't have a chance. He came in already dead. We tried, but he came in dead. We sat there, we stood there and listened to his mother just sob and ask him to come back in the trauma bay. 12 or 15 people standing around watching this poor mom not being able to say anything. There's no way to console her. Just begging him to open his eyes and come back. And he was hit by a drunk driver. We used to have a program where I was at Fairfax Hospital in Virginia, and we did the same thing. We'd come and talk to you guys. And then we'd also have a victim come and talk to you guys, which could be very, very dramatic. And there was one girl who's college age now, probably past college age, because in college, her first year, she was at Virginia Tech, and she was drinking and driving. She really didn't know much about alcohol. They just, first night that they were out there, didn't even get to start college yet, and crashed into a stone wall. She was in the hospital for 3 to 6 months with a brain injury and a coma. And then she slowly came back over a couple years, 2-3 years, where she had brain damage, but she was thinking correctly. She She would walk like this. Her face was a little bit angled from her deficits. She had lots of scars, but she had courage to come out and talk to you guys and tell them, look at me, my life is ruined. She can't do the things that you guys want to do, the kind of professions and jobs and the kind of life you want to set up for yourself with your own kids because of her injuries, because of her brain injury. And she knows it, but she's smart enough to rise above it and come and talk to you guys. It was pretty profound. The other thing we did was we had one of the perpetrators come and talk. This guy had the courage to talk to all the high school kids and tell about what he did. He was drinking. He decided just to return a movie to Blockbuster. Yeah, they had Blockbusters in those days where you took out videotapes. You guys might not know what that is. But he hit a woman in her car, crushed her legs. She couldn't walk for a couple years. She actually was one of the victims that would talk too. And but it ruined his life too. He's just a regular guy. He made a mistake. He's not a criminal. He's not mean. He really doesn't like to hurt anybody. He lost his job. He lost his family for a while. He was in jail for a year or so, and then on house arrest, wearing a monitor on his ankle for 3 years, only able to go to work and come back. Changed his life completely. Luckily, he had the courage to come out here and talk to you guys and say, you can't let this happen. And I could go on and on. I've been to Afghanistan 3 times for war, seeing really, really bad injuries, but nothing is as bad as seeing a young person that life is ruined, or they've ruined someone else's life and have to live with that. And the worst thing in the world is to have your parents come in, and you just can't imagine it, and tell them that there is no hope. There's no hope at all that you're gone. Or the months and months that they might have to sacrifice and be with you as you recover. So it's pretty easy. Just don't do it. Don't drink, don't smoke marijuana, don't take any other drugs, and get behind the wheel. And make sure that you don't get in a car where somebody has done that. You always have to have designated drivers. Technically, you guys aren't supposed to be drinking now anyway, because of age, but we know it happens, and so make sure that you're safe when you get behind that wheel. Okay, I'd love to see you all. You want to ever come by the hospital and see what goes on, it's okay with me. All right? To see you nice and alive, not as a patient, okay? All right. And it's Dr. Lynn.
So you just call me Cynthia. I don't have too much to say that my boss has already said. He's actually a big reason why I want to be a trauma surgeon. I guess the whole point of this is just everybody makes a choice. Everybody has a choice, right? So when my first year of working this job, of these 5 years, there was a 17-year-old who decided to take a car and drink and just speed down I-95. And his passenger was actually only 15. That passenger was belted and he was not. And he got flung 45 feet from his car when they lost control and completely shattered his spine. The guy that was belted, all he got was a thumb fracture. I can't even make that up. But it was a terrible situation. Like, that guy that was driving never walked again. He made it, though. He made it in the hospital, was in a wheelchair, eventually got to the point where he did a lot of therapy and made it home. But it was devastating. The mom, it was a tough social situation, too. Didn't have insurance, didn't have papers. And, we know this country is really struggling right now, hardcore. So it was the point where he had to stay in the hospital until he got better. And we were happy to see him leave the hospital, but obviously it was with a lot of grief to the family. And I honestly don't know how he's doing now. So I think just to sum up everything that everyone has said, we can all make a choice. If you see something wrong, just speak out. If you think something's not right, if you think someone's not right, just reach out and see what's going on, and just do our due diligence. And that's really all I got. We're here for you if you need us.
All right, everybody. Now we're going to get from the fire department's point of view. This is what we see is when we show up on scene, we'll find a car just like it is. It could be into a telephone pole, into a rock wall. Some of you can see, there's spider marks on the windshield. It means the person didn't have their seatbelt on. They hit their head on the windshield right here, as it actually is. So we're going to show you how we get the person out of the car, and then how traumatizing it is to everybody else that's on scene, and we'll continue in the ambulance to the hospital, to your parents, how it all affects you just by seeing little things that mean a lot. So, let's go. So right now, they're trying to gain access into the car because it's badly mangled, and it's not as easy as just opening the door sometimes. So sometimes you have to take the doors off, peel the roof back to just gain access just to get a body out of a car. And if it's multiple bodies, it's very more intrusive. So you want to be scared because you're unconscious or dead right now. All right, so obviously there wasn't access to the victim. Now we made it convertible. Now we're able to get you, a family member, a friend out of the vehicle.
No good. No good. No bueno. Let me see that.
Just so everybody knows, sometimes this is what's going to be waiting for your parents to identify you. Does this look like your child's foot? Is this your child's ankle tattoo? Does she have a pinky ring on her toe? The simple things like this will haunt your parents for life. The whole mission that we have here is that our parents' wish is to never have to bury their own child. And by doing this every single year, we're trying to make that wish granted. Just simple things like that. Just make smart decisions. We're not saying to not have fun around prom time. If you're going to all the proms, junior, senior here, Stamford Highs, anybody's, just make smart decisions. We're not saying not to have fun. Just do it smartly. It's all we can hope for. And I hope you guys take away at least a little bit of this information is make smart choices. Make sure that your parents will see you in the morning. Make sure that they will see you at night. Your life is short and it's just started. You have a whole life to go. So thank you guys very much for having us. And I hope you guys take away from this. If anybody is interested in volunteering, at the end over there, there's multiple volunteer districts that will either give you information or applications. So once again, thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great prom.